Let's have a look at two listings in the 16th district of Paris and see. So this is the first one. It's got a G rating and it's for 850,000. And then this one has a B rating and it's 1.7 million. So both are around about 100 meters squared. They're both old buildings built before 1950. Clearly, one has been renovated to quite a high standard and the other hasn't been renovated, or if it has had some renovations over the years, nowhere near as extensive. If you don't want to renovate, one of the ways you can do that from your search is to search for high DPE scores, particularly in older properties. If they're scoring A, B, or maybe even C, they've had quite a lot of work done to them on things that you can't see, like the insulation and stuff kind of behind the walls or inside the walls and floors. Clearly, the list price for those two properties is very different, and part of the reason for that is all this extra work to improve the energy efficiency rating. But what about the ongoing costs? Well, there's two important numbers here to compare. What does 89 versus 460 really mean? Well, it's kilowatt hours per meter squared in this energy efficiency rating. So both are around 100 meters squared. And in France at the moment, 1 kilowatt hour costs about 20 cents. So if you do the math and multiply these up for 100 meters squared, 89 versus 460 could mean really quite a big difference in ongoing costs. Now, if you bought the G-rated property and the plan was to rent it out, maybe you have a property portfolio, you wanted a long-term renter, an investment for the future. If you did that in this case, you would get a nasty surprise. It would be absolutely illegal in France to rent out that property to a long-term renter. There's laws that say the energy efficiency rating has to be higher than that. You could still rent it out for Airbnb or something similar like that to short-term lets, holiday lets, but you couldn't rent it out to a long-term renter. What you would get if you were interested in the property is the seller would have to pay for an additional report on how you could bring that rating up to a higher level. And that report they would pay for, and it would include some sort of level of cost estimate for all the different works that are outlined. So that might be a useful piece of information if you are considering it as an investment. If you'd like to learn about 7 other mistakes not to make when buying in France, you can check out my free webinar at frenchpropertyfocus.com.